what's up guys, Matt here, and welcome to my new video. Today I just want to do a little thing. I don't really want to do a gameplay today, so I'm going to be doing a bit of some world edit stuff. It's going to be a small tutorial, and it's going to be kind of just me doing some random things. So I was on the Planet Minecraft thing, and I found this fantasy tree repository, and it has a bunch of trees that you can put into world edit. As you can see, there's like oasis looking stuff. It all looks really cool. So they gave me like this file, as you can see, like in this image here. Like if so if I just kind of show you this. So as you can see, it's kind of like on a grid in this. So all the trees have different numbers, and you can like go through and write down the numbers that you want. And so basically, you'll eventually get to something like this here. So in the download, there'll be a BO2s folder, and all the trees are going to be in here. There's 79 different trees, and then there's this air one. So in order to import the trees, what you're going to do, you're going to go into WorldPainter. I'm going to do a new world just for the purposes of this. So for this, I'm going to do hilly, water level, all that stuff's okay. And then I'm just going to do seed as 4. And we're going to do create. So what's this going to do? It's going to create a world. And as you can see, the far viewing distance, I think it's this one, right here. This is how big the far viewing distance is. So it's a lot of blocks. As you can see down here, it says that that's a scale of 100 blocks in game. So yeah, so I'm gonna just do something real quick here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring down all the terrain. I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna flatten it. So I'm going to kind of bring it down to a watery state. Now, there might be some lag here because I am terramorphing a lot of blocks. It's a ton of blocks that I am actually moving. So I'm just going to move it all down quickly. And once we're done with this, once all this land goes away, it's actually doing pretty well. Because it's basically loading up a Minecraft world, and I'm just mass editing. So as you can see, this red little dot right here, if I do this, that red thing right there is the spawn. So if I just go like this, I'll find it again, but it's, as you can see, it's a very large mass amount of area. So, alright, so let's just get rid of this land up here. Now I'm just going to kind of flatten it with this tool. So I'm going to just kind of flatten it out. So now it's a nice and flat thing. It's not going to be as rough underneath the water. And since it's blue, that is water, because I did set the water level to, I think it was 62. So it's not too far down until you reach water when you're bringing up the land. So what I'm going to do here, I actually have a custom brush in here, but I'm not going to use that right yet. I'm going to kind of bring up some land around the spawn. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Let's kind of make this a bit bigger. So, and if I were to do this, I could do view. I could show 3D view, and this will load up. And as you can see right now, we just have a huge hill right where spawn is. So what we're going to do, we're going to kind of take this height map that I used, and we're going to kind of raise it up, I guess. This is a height map download that I did, so it's someone else made this download. I'm just actually going to turn up the intensity. And it's more of a natural looking brush, I guess. You can look up on the internet for height map downloads and stuff. But right now we're just going to create a small island. So that's about good. So if you go into 3D view again, oops, or you can just hit Control 3. Let me just load in all the chunks, and as you can see, we have a pretty good looking island. I do just kind of want to flatten out that. I'm just going to zoom in a bit here, and let's flatten out this here. And actually, no, let's lower it a bit, because it was a lot higher than the rest. Right, and as you can see, it's kind of has the geological map idea, how it has the lines on each level. I don't know exactly how tall that level is, but so let's add like a little cove looking thing. Add that into there. And all I'm doing is using this tool, and I'm right clicking to lower it, and I'm left clicking to raise it. So as you can see, we get like a little thing in there. So now we have like a little cove. You can actually separate these islands if you want. So might as well, right? So there's that. So now we have a tiny, not necessarily tiny, I mean, it's quite a big amount of area. Piece of lands. Okay, so I have my trees that I wanted to use, or a couple presets that I have set up. So I have 4 presets. I have oak forest, jungle forest, a snowy forest, and an oasis. So what we're going to do, actually, we're going to go up here and we're going to select the desert. We're going to put a little bit of desert in here. So let's put a desert right around here. This will be our deserty area. And I actually want to do a neat little idea. So with this desert preset, it actually puts cactus and dead shrubs around for you automatically. That's why I like to use that. Then what we're going to do is go back into the raise and lower. We're going to lower a small little area. And make a little water hole. And then we're going to kind of smooth it out a bit. Alright. And then we're going to paint it back with a bit of the desert around it. Right there is going to be an oasis. That's what we're going to put there. Then there's a beach preset, which is right here. Beaches with grass, patches of sand, gravel, and clay. So we're going to use that. We're going to put that along the edges, so it's kind of a more random thing. So it's going to have big patches of sand and gravel and stuff. So it's more of a realistic beach, because not all beaches are just going to be like straight up like, bam, here's a bunch of sand. So it meets the water. But we're still going to do a bit of sand. Just, I'm going to lower the intensity. So it's kind of mixing and blending to the grass a bit. So if you've ever been to a beach on the east coast of the United States, say New Hampshire, that's a good one. I know there's like Hampton Beach, that's a really popular beach. There's going to be like little fields of grass near the edge, so it's kind of applicable here. So we got that. I'm going to add a bit more desert just right around here. I'm actually going to lower up the intensity a bit. Alright, go. So there's going to be a desert here. It's going to be our deserty area of this island. Alright, so now let's make a mountain. So I have this height map here. and I'm going to raise it right about here. It's going to be a mountainous area. And with this height map, it does a really like natural kind of looking mountain. It's not just going to be like a one peak, like one giant thing going up to one peak. So let's kind of make a mountain range right about here. This is going to be the main dividing point. So it's going to be a bit of a mountain, and then over here there's going to be a giant mountain. So let's go into 3D view, just make sure. It might be too tall, but we can always just lower it. But we'll see. So yeah, that is really tall, but it's actually about right for what I want. So now we're going to take the snow preset, which is right here, and we're just going to do a little thing I like to do. So we're just going to do, on the taller parts, I'm just going to do a bit of snow. Because, I mean, no matter really where you're going to go, you're going to get the higher precipitation, the colder air higher up. So I'm just going to put that there. So we can just do Control 3 again, and we will look at it, and it should be looking pretty good. So as you can see, it's on the higher parts here. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so between the desert and over here is going to be a jungly area, but we'll get to that later. There's going to be a oak forest. So actually, before we get to any tree planting, we're going to make the river, because every civilization needs some form of water. I know this is on an island, but not like, I mean, in real life, you're not going to find a lot of places that aren't going to be near water. So let's make a bit of a river going through here, and we'll just do this here. Gradually bigger, because over here we'll do a lake, like such. Alright, so there we go. So now if we just control and zoom out, I know that looks kind of like fake, but if we go in here and let's scroll up, we're going to do a bit of some deserty stuff here. But we're just going to use a bit of sand. I'm not going to use the desert command. I'm just going to go in with the sand on the beach there. Alright. That'll just be so kind of has a beachy look on the river sides. And we'll just go in a bit more. On the side here, we'll just actually make it bigger. And do a bit there on one side, but on the other side we should be okay. So that's that. And yeah, so let's get into our trees. So what we're going to do, we're going to take my numbers here, because I have sets of trees that I went and chose out, because with the download, all the links will be below. It has world save, which you can go through, and it's that grid world that I was showing you, or that I was talking about. But yeah, so we'll start with the Oasis. So 75, 74, and 73 are what we're going to use for the trees. So we're going to go down to this plus button, add custom object layer. Now we're just going to click this top button here, and we're going to go to the desktop, which is where I saved the BO2's file, and we're going to go 74, 75, and 73. So let me just put this down for a second. So we have those selected. We're going to hit open, Now we're going to go back in real quick and we're going to grab the air file. Because that'll make it so there's actually some space between your trees. Now before we hit anything else, we're going to go into the air. We're going to click this button here with the edit select objects. So we're going to name that air. It's already air. We're going to put this up to 300%. So it's not like straight up trees like all the time. Leave everything else how it is. So I'm going to hit OK. We can change this color here. I'm going to name, since it's the Oasis, I'm going to keep it like a sandy color, I guess. So go with like that. It's like a pale skin color, I guess, peach. And we'll name that Oasis. So this is just going to be a preset on this map. So now that we have the Oasis, I like to choose this brush. It's TeknoAxe. That's a brush that I just have because that's one of the height map images that I have. So I'm going to turn the intensity down pretty low, and we're just going to kind of go around the edge of the watering hole there. And yeah, so as you can see, it's a bit lighter there. It's not going to show the 3D image of the tree, but if you notice how it kind of like went away. But yeah, so I just put some trees around there, and we're going to put a bunch of trees every so often down the edges of the beach. So that's up. So we could have like some like South Palms, Key West, Florida, something. So we're just going to kind of paint along the edge there. So Oasis is done. So I'm actually not going to put the oak forest here. I'm going to actually go right into the jungle here. So we'll do the oak forest last. So I'm actually going to put the oak forest like right here. It's going to be a smaller section. Okay, so the jungle I'm going to put over here. So let's make the jungle preset. I'm going to do everything that we did before. So plus sign. Now my trees for the jungle that I chose, and this is all my personal like ones, so I chose 66. So we're going to hit open. Sometimes it might take a second because it's like loading in the schematic in the BO2 file. 66, 71. And then my last one is going to be 64. And don't forget to hit air as well. So once this loads up. Maybe. Alright, and then air. Okay, so now we're going to go into air again. Change that to 300. Everything else is the same. Bam. I'm going to put this as a nice dark green looking thing. There we go, right there. I'll name this jungle. So yeah, so we have the jungle thing there. So I'm going to use the cracked brush again, and we're just going to kind of go around. I'm going to actually raise the intensity a little bit. Not too much. Just enough so that I'll make a noticeable difference. So yeah. And let me just grab over here. As you can see, there's like little flecks of a dark green. That is, that is the actual trees being placed. That's where they're going to kind of spawn in. And with this this tree pack, if you go onto the grid world that is supplied, it actually shows the roots like down inside the tree, which is pretty cool. Alright, so Oh yeah, and since the roots are there, it's actually going to spawn with the roots underground, so there will be actual roots. So before we go on to our final one, because I'm going to be using it for the same places, so I'm going to do snow both places here. So I'm going to do snow here, because this is going to be the snowy island. I like to have a nice diverse looking area. It reminds me of game creation almost, like World of Warcraft. Actually, a lot of these trees were pulled from vanilla World of Warcraft. They were literally just pulled right from the game. So some of them look good, but then there's others that don't look as good as they could. So, I mean, that's always just a problem. Because they were literally pulled right from the thing. So you'll see like some leaves like hanging off, but it'll look good in their graphics like engine, but not as much in this one. Okay, so I actually have 2 more presets to do. I'm gonna go do these real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'll pause it and I'll be right back. So yeah, alright guys, and I'm back. So I have the different things here. So I have snow. Really, it's personal preference what you use, but that's alright. So I put snow trees here, and we're going to put the oak up in here, in this area. As you can see there, I made it yellow, so it's a bit easier to notice what it's doing. So you're just going to kind of put that in there. Alright, so I'm going to export this, and I'll be right back inside Minecraft. Alright guys, be right back. Alright guys, so now that my map exported, and it automatically goes right to my Minecraft saves, let's do this. Alright, so I saved it as yo mosquitoes. I already saved the world, we'll just save it again just for good measure. Alright, so let's exit out of WorldPainter. Yeah, so I don't know how well Minecraft's gonna run, but we'll be able to at least show you some stuff. Can't guarantee the best frame rate, but we'll be all good. All good in the hood. This thing's like a utility laptop, it is not a gaming laptop. It's actually because of my graphics card. My CPU doesn't take as much as a hit playing. I don't know, go into my... Alright, so single player. As you can see, my world is right here. Yo mosquitoes. It's the same name that I saved the world as. And we should spawn. So, hang on. I'm just going to put the mic down for now. And I'm actually going to pause until some stuff loads. Actually, never mind. I'll just do this. Alright, so let's change some settings here. Alright, so it's on short. So, as you can see, if you guys remember that little watering hole by the cove, and across the way is the, actually gonna do this too, game mode 1. Alright, so, let me just do /fly because, oh. Hang on, I'm just going to pause recording real quick, and I'll take a couple screenshots of this stuff, and then I'll do my outro. Alright guys, be right back. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm at the snowy island. As you can see, I did the snow there, and I did the snowy island trees. These are the trees that I chose. They're like the pines, but if you see how tall they are, here's the mountain behind us. It's very tall, as you can see. I'll go down to regular height down here on the ground, looking up. That's way up there, and actually the chunks aren't even loading. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to go to the oasis, and then I'm going to go to the oak and the jungle. Alright, guys, be right back. Alright, and I'm back. So I'm at the Oasis, and as you can see, I did make a little error here. So here is the Oasis tree, one of the 3 that I chose. I did forget that I was on such an inclined plane when I was building the island, like building the Oasis part. Get my stuff going back here. So if you come over to the watering hole, which I forgot to put trees back around, watch how deep this thing goes. So right now, I'm in the air. So if you watch, this thing goes down a ways. So if I just keep going down, so this is the bad thing about World Edit, is that you can't really tell how scale it is, but still that's okay. So since we're right here, here's the lake that I did. As you can see, I did the sand on the edge, and here is the jungle trees that I selected. I think these look great. As you can see, they're all different, but they're all similar in a way that looks like they could come out of the same forest. But I really think those look good, other than, as you can see there, that's like a World of Warcraft thing, because they pulled it right out of the game, as I said before. So, the last one is the Oakwood Forest Place. So, as you can see, these are kind of like a giant regular type tree. But yeah, so it's all different leaf types. And yeah, so we'll actually go to the mountain over here. As you can see, the peak of this mountain is huge. And I think this map came out actually really good. I think I might actually build on it for a little bit. If you guys are interested in maybe doing something on here, I think I could actually probably pull off an adventure map or something on here. Or I might just build something. I actually have another map that I started, but it's way bigger than this. It's like the full map. But I actually like this map a little better. But yeah, guys, so if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a thumbs up. Sorry for no videos yesterday, but there will be one today, obviously. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Alright, guys, I'll see you in a future video. Bye-bye.